inspired with the men's ad. My wife decided to create her own collection, and we started with this collection called Gulls. We went the user-generated content strategy. We identified around 10, 11 of our clients from different professions, from housemakers to bakers to a doctor to a startup and somebody in the fashion industry. And, uh, didn't sponsor their trip to Europe or anything, but we just walked into the nearest resort and we made this ad. I'll tell you all more after we see the ad.
Gulzad. Yeah, play the video.
Quahish Diamonds presents the Rose Gold Partywear Collection. I am special. I carry an aura of vibrance. I wear a veil of confidence. I make my own way. I am the woman of today. I am timeless in the clocks of wisdom. I walk to the beats of my own rhythm. I am the wings of freedom. I am a journey that's just begun. I am here to explore the undone. I am strong. I am bold. I am a story yet to unfold. I am special. The Gulls Collection, exclusively at Quahish, Chennai.
Very nice, very smart.
This-
You went to Europe and उनको दुकान के अंदर खुश कर दिया.
So this was the biggest breakthrough we've had in the lightweight segment, and so big that we actually made Gulds today a sub-brand and an e-commerce brand separately. We've had one of the busiest Diwali this season in the lightweight segment, and I'm kind of going to come out with two very interesting content like this, apart from the pretty models that we shoot. Two storyboards, different from the other every year. So that's the target we've kept. And I suggest a lot of these young dwellers to attempt something very different and just get a little bit bold and gutsy and don't get into the rat race of doing the same thing over and over again. So I just hope these ads inspire some of these young guys today.
So I'm sure they will. And I think we've done justice to the almost 1 hour. We have about 4 minutes left. If there's anybody in the audience who wants to ask anybody any kind of questions, there's a mic there, and you can raise your hand and somebody will get you the mic. Any questions for people here? Okay, so everybody got the gist of guerrilla marketing. You want to ask any questions to the audience?
Why don't somebody come up and share if they have something to talk about
Yeah, if
that
you all
they've
have
done
a story,
differently?
okay, if anybody has a story, if you're a retailer, you have a different story or a different plug. Okay, yeah, sure.
Excuse me. Hi, thank you so much, everybody. You have lovely stories you've spoken of. But I think what the topic was, tactics for startups, if I'm not wrong, or somebody new, like myself, my sister, or my family. I come from the same background, computer science, and then I joined the business. You've given us pretty much a lot of inspiration, but what I'm trying to get is, all that you've portrayed over here are advertisements, campaigns, everything that is going to be cost effective. I mean, startups, the first thing they want is less cost. You know, they want to invest less, get more results. Invest less, get more results. Hiring influencers, doing ad campaigns, running this. I mean, that's a pretty good idea about kids and families. That's really nice. but I couldn't find an answer what I was looking for as to how you can start small. I mean, I was just sitting there with, there are a lot of kids who visit our store. So what I did is I put up a bowl of chocolates and some gummy bears and everything. Less than the kids, the older people are eating it. I went back to Kiss Me and all, which probably the older generations are using, along with the melodies. So I see that is what, they'll sit for more time, they'll talk more, and even if they don't want to buy, they'll end up buying something. It's just a small bowl of chocolates. I think that would be something different. So I just wanted to know what would people do that they don't have to spend. I mean, because jewelry is a rising market. From 40,000 up to 4 years ago, we've gone up to 65,000 just recently. To buy 10 grams of chain, which that small shop was selling back in Rajasthan, 8 to 10 grams, today a person needs to have 70 to 75,000 if he wants to get a good gold chain to his son-in-law or daughter-in-law. With this rising inflation, how are the income is not increased substantially. The person who was earning 10,000 is earning 50,000, not 1 lakh. So how do you tackle, what do you think about the market in the next 5 years? Gold will go up to like 1 lakh, let's say, I'm not
That's what
saying,
people are
hypothetically
saying.
speaking.
Yeah.
But will people be able to afford, and how do we keep the customers coming? Because I don't know if their income's going to rise or not. You see a lot of people that shifting to imitation jewelry, silver jewelry or gold-plated jewelry, and a lot of designs are being copied from real gold into imitation jewelry. So how would somebody tackle that kind of market is all I wanted to know.
Okay, so your question is very specific to the kind of business you're doing. Okay, it's specific to a kind of a business, whether it's a retail store or a small retail store, or
No, I have
maybe you work
multiple.
as a designer or something like that. A question like that will have to be understood in further detail. Your specific question with regards to your story. But if you're saying that there is something which is zero cost, it's difficult. There's no zero cost. There is low cost. Okay, I've got Ketki sitting over here. And I think, the way she thinks and the way so she's convinced her father to spend money in the way she wants to. Am I right or wrong? Okay. So you've done enough of Guerilla market. But the first challenge was to, convince the family that, listen, we have to spend something.
Identifying the person, how to convince.
Correct. In the family or in the whole, why don't you? So if you want to share a little bit of your story, it'll be nice. Why don't you turn around and talk to everybody, okay?
Hello.
It's on.
So I come from a very small town. You can say Ghataprabha. You can Google it. The Gokak Falls flows there. The first British cotton industry started. So we reached 25 years of celebration in 2020, and we gathered 4,000 people in-person event by going in small towns in their regions and identifying the people and convincing my dad to spend 10 to 12 lakhs a year on marketing or giveaways or renovation, whatever it is. He just gave me the amount and it's like, ये तेरा पैसा है, तेरे को कैसे करना है और इसका double करके देना है. Okay, so it takes lot of time. I did my MBA and I went to the store back, and then I could not see my employees giving me that support because they are not educated. Second thing is they don't understand what brand or brand value or brand image means to. So convincing them or training them on day-to-day basis is second challenge. I had to go down to their mentality, work with them, behave like them sometimes, and make them do the work. Getting work done is taught to me. I was an MBA, and then if I can't do that, then I'm not doing justice. So now we are doing 30-year celebration, and I'm coming up with another strategy. And I'm a consultant also, because I realized like everyone is like, हमको करना है, लेकिन पापा हमको support नहीं करते. When I went around like exhibitions, I saw second generation finding problem in convincing their parents. So जब शादियों में third party को बुलाते हैं ना, so I go as a third party there just to convince their father, grandfather, chacha, phupa, I don't know what relation it is. So convincing a person और उसके तरह सोच के देखो. You wear his shoes, you stand in his place, वो ऐसा बोलेगा तो मैं क्या बोलूँगी? So my Hindi is not that good. I'm from Karnataka, so please bear with if I mismatched with the words.
Yeah, but you put the point across. First, the challenges within. There has to be a marketing budget put across. Okay, there is no zero cost. Okay, there is no sales without marketing, which is why your belief in your plan has to be far stronger. For her to get 10 lakhs from somebody who's never spent maybe 2 lakhs in the past, okay, must have been a big challenge.
I can give a very good example. Even a mother doesn't feed a child until and unless it cries. So nothing comes free or you have to ask for it.
You want to say something? Sure.
Just one more. I'm just going to add.
Yeah.
I'm just going to add to your question when you asked about a startup. You're a young kid. You can be the face of your brand. Why do you want to spend on somebody else? You be the brand ambassador for your own brand. He started men's jewelry. You see him on the video. Why don't you do that?
Yeah, and your biggest problem is, as a startup, is not the money. It's basically the team. So to get the team first, I think you guys should focus there first, and then think about the marketing towards the end.
So it was a lovely, insightful session with you guys. I just want to ask one question. So this whole thing was about the companies, retail chains and all. I would like some few pieces of advice for individual jewelry designers. How should we go about doing marketing and all? We don't have that kind of team and everything. So if you could give us few insights into that.
So there's I'll take this first and you all can add on. Okay. The strength and speed of a single person cannot be matched by 4,000 people. Okay. So it's not about, a single person is small, so how can, you don't want 7,000 crores of business. Okay. You want 2 crores of business. Okay, because you're a single person. Now, with a single person, if you figure out what is the USP which nobody can touch you on, okay? If you say, I'm a designer, I design, okay? If you say, I am somebody who can design exactly what you want, I can sit with you, I can design, I can do all of that. Very few brands, however big they are, have the energy, passion, business model and a policy to custom design. क्या आप वो कर सकते हो? हाँ, मैं कर सकती हूँ, okay? क्या आप कंसल्टेंट कर बन सकते हो कस्टमर की उसको क्या पहनना चाहिए बिकॉज जब कोई कस्टमर कोई दुकान में जाती है कि आई एम लुकिंग फॉर दिस द पर्सन इज वेरी क्लियर मेरे को उसको ये बेचना है ओके शायद ये उसको सूट नहीं होएगा ओके आई डिडंट नो टिल अटेंडेड अ स्मॉल कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑन स्टाइल एंड सब्सटेंस दैट द वे यू चूज पर्ल्स इज यू मैच द पर्ल्स टू योर टीथ अ लेडी टोल्ड मी कि जब आप पर्ल्स खरीदते हो आप कपड़े को मत देखो अपने दांत को देखो. So now I'm saying for me being in the industry for 30 years, I didn't know this. But somebody told me this. उसने 5 चीज़ बोली, लेकिन मेरे दिमाग में ये बैठ गया. So as a single person, the amount of knowledge and consultation which you can help a individual with and build that trust cannot be matched by a brand or a big store. Okay, you just have to begin. Okay, you have to begin. You don't need big stock, so you don't have a big store, so you don't need big stock. There is a very big market for people who are beginning this way. I mean, I stay in Lokhandwala, there are about 7 women who work from the first and second floor and they're doing phenomenally well. You want to add to that?
No. I think, so when you say you are single, so a designer basically, so there are very less designers in India who can actually draw, I feel like, बोलने के लिए है. Original, okay, yeah. Self-made maybe designer मैं बोल सकता हूँ, okay. But it's B2B, right? Now, the main thing as a designer, what I feel is that you have that knowledge, you have that, आप क्या कर रहे हो आपको पता है, right? When you open this thing to the customers, okay, जो raw content customers को इतना पसंद है right now Instagram पे, YouTube पे, the raw content which you are getting in and you are just swiping it and you अच्छा लग रहा है. People, when you are real, they'll connect with you. Simple. And it's just you have to be patient in terms of like 1 or 2 years आपको करते रहना पड़ेगा. But if you do that, I think many influencers when they start small, तब कुछ नहीं था. And I think 2 years, 3 years, you see that the growth is tremendous. And now, right now, they are like, you know, Hollywood में भी जाके, you know, कोई shows attend करते हैं and everything. So this is something which I feel that if you are really a, you know, a jewelry designer, something like that, you have, you know, sky's the limit, I feel. I mean, we are not designers. I mean, I know a little bit of designs, but I'm not, I cannot draw. But I can imagine design, but I cannot draw. So you have that power, I think, if you are. Yeah.
You know what you can also do is probably identify the gap where what somebody else is offering and you can offer something else. For example, my own example, I was into designing and manufacturing jewelry, but I saw a gap of jewelry blogging and influencing in India, and I switched careers. I had to take that plunge, I had to take that challenge, I had to be ready for everything. And that became my USP, becoming India's first jewelry influencer. So you have to identify that gap and take the plunge.
And, you know, having 20 friends over, or 2 friends, each one inviting 5 people, and you're talking to a group of 15 every month, even if the idea is कि बेचना नहीं है, 15 जन से मेरे को ज्ञान बांटना है. Like we did something called the Style and Substance Workshop, okay? We did it in Ludhiana, we did somewhere, where I was talking about diamonds and she was talking about style. And she was telling a lady this, you know what, you got a long neck, you should be wearing these kind of earrings. You got wheatish complexion, you're from Chandigarh, but you got wheatish complexion. Don't wear white gold, you should wear yellow gold, okay? जब ये लोग खुद सोचते हैं कि मेरे पे क्या अच्छा लगता है, इसने ये बोला, कंपेयर करते हैं, तो लगता है हाँ मैं कुछ सीखी. I am saying because you're a designer, because you know the jewelry industry better, it's not very difficult कि every month 15 जन को जमा करके high tea करना. Okay? A jeweler has equally challenged to get 50 people together. मैं any jeweler I talk to 50 जन को आप जमा करोगे, सर वो नहीं होएगा. आप पैसे बोल दो, हम पैसे करेंगे, लेकिन 50 जन भी आप ले आओ. अरे बॉस, ग्राहक तो आपको चाहिए, मैं कैसे 50 जन ले आऊँ? So then I have to tell the sales girl to talk nicely on the phone, request कि हर एक जन 3 लेंगे, तो 50 जन जमाएंगे. But he himself is not able to do it. But you can put 10 women together or 12 women together. If you do this every month, I'm sure something will happen. Start तो होगा. एक साल में अगर 120 लेडीज को टच करोगे, 120 में से यार 10 जन तो खरीदेंगे. ओके, वो 10 जन में से 2 जन के घर पे शादी होएगी. अगर वो शादी में डायमंड ज्वेलरी खरीदेगी, गोल्ड ज्वेलरी खरीदेगी, वो शादी का जो फिगर है वो 40 लाख होएगा. तो आप बिगिन करो कि मेरे को 2 करोड़ का टर्नओवर करना है, बात खलास. माय टारगेट इज आई वांट टू डू 2 करोड़ ऑफ टर्नओवर. आई एम गोइंग टू डू इट दिस ईयर. इट्स द स्टार्ट ऑफ द ईयर. इफ यू थिंक आई वांट टू डू 2 crores, then you will figure out how to do 2 crores. So do I want to make diamond jewelry, gold jewelry? Diamond jewelry 2 करोड़ करने को कितना पीस बेचना पड़ेगा? 2 लाख का मेरे को x 100 पीस बेचना पड़ेगा. शायद एक बड़ा कस्टमर मिल गया, उसने शायद शादी के लिए लिया, तो उसका तो 20 लाख का धंधा हो जाएगा. इफ यू ट्राई एंड ब्रेक अप योर बिगर गोल इनटू स्मॉलर टेंजिबल वर्केबल गोल्स, इट्स नॉट डिफिकल्ट. टेक समबडी विथ यू, बिकॉज अकेला जब ही होता है ना तो हमको डिमोटिवेशन होता है, बिकॉज हम एवरी टाइम वी मेक अ मिस्टेक, नो वी थिंक देयर इज, यू नो, let's give up. But if you take somebody with you who is kind of the same profile, not knowing design but has some other set of skills, who's able to ride with you, you feel good because you're working as a team. Even 2 people are a team. Okay? But अकेला करने को, like you rightly said, अकेला करने को कभी कभी हम लोग खुद से ही डिमोटिवेट हो जाते हैं, because हमको पता भी नहीं है whether we're doing right or wrong.
I'd just like to add one thing, sorry. We run, our social page is very important to us, right? So I'll just give you an insight from what we've learned from all the kind of content we put out. The organic looking content, where it's just a simple shot of a hand with rings on it, shot on your phone, that does far better than any properly shot video I may put out. Because it's just real, and that's what people like. They're looking for authenticity. So even something as simple like that, doing Instagram reels and just putting that content out constantly at your own, in your own house, for example, that could also do a lot to help you build your brand.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Hugh, sure.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm Ashok Gupta from Hyderabad. I'm a born jeweler, and I've been doing color gemstone jewelry manufacturing and marketing all over the South India. I recognize that the diamond being a costly and people are sentimental, everybody don't want to buy diamonds. Some people are having, in South India, especially Chettiar, they don't want to wear diamonds. And color stone, when they mix with small quantity of diamond, it looks very elegant, very rich, affordable, and the common. I started my jewelry business marketing in 1976 from South India, and people have liked me very much. The big banners of South India, they have appreciated my product. They used to visit Hyderabad and they used to place an order with advance. The very, very big banners, I don't want to take the name. I have marketed as a monopoly colored stone jewelry manufacturers and seller for 20 years and more. Now, because of the competition and there are so many other things have come in the market, just see, I'm just having my retail outlet. So what I feel, the colored gemstone jewelry, which can be promoted as a South Indian people, they wear colorful dresses also. Green, red, yellow. The yellow is the gold part. Then green and red is ruby and emerald part. Blue, they are scared, but still they wear it. So what happened, this is the marketing gimmicks. I played and I was successful. And I have a limitation for my business. I don't want to expand very big because my name is very good. I'm happy. I'm satisfied that I've created a name and niche for my product. So whatever I have done it, so I feel that you people, what you're talking about diamonds, yes, it is a must. But affordability is the most important part in India. That's what I feel. For any jeweler, any type of jewelry you make it, there is the first thing as people are going for the lightweight jewelry. It is because of affordability. So all those things are there which I have started, I created. I copied the design from pottery. I copied the design from the embroidery. And I created the designs by sketching. I'm not a designer, but a small sketch, I used to get it done with my workshop people, and 2-3 times I've destroyed it, because that should come in a perfect way. And the people used to appreciate it. The very, very big banners, they used to fight to grab my jewelry. That is the name I created. I'm happy, I'm self-satisfied. So what I feel that you people also should go with the colored gemstone jewelries, manufacturing, its importance, and appreciation. That is what I feel. Thank you.
Thank you. So like you're saying that, I mean, though we spoke a lot about diamonds, because most of us are actually from the diamond part of it, okay? But when you say Hyderabad, and you say Vishakhapatnam, and you say Vijayawada and all that, those typical designs, gold with gemstones, small rubies, of course they're selling and they're doing very well. But does not mean that diamonds are not doing well. In fact, among the most successful cities in the COVID times, जहाँ पे हीरा सबसे ज़्यादा बिका है, वो हैदराबाद में बिका है. Okay? Research has showed that the maximum diamonds didn't sell in Bombay, didn't sell in Delhi, didn't sell in Calcutta, didn't sell in Bangalore. Maximum high-end diamond jewelry consumption happened in Hyderabad and that whole zone over there. So, like your market or the people that you are, targeting or whatever are liking or doing your kind of jewelry. But there's another Hyderabad which is also buying a lot of diamonds and a humongous amount of diamonds. Okay, yeah.
Hi.
Last question.
Perfect. Can you throw some light on some guerrilla tactics or unconventional strategies, especially for B2B? We've heard a lot about B2C and how you're targeting customers. What about B2B?
You mean from a wholesaler to a retailer?
From a wholesaler or from a manufacturer to its distributors, unconventional strategies.
So somebody who was sitting, he's just left. There's a guy sitting there. He owns one of these B2B companies doing very good in diamond jewelry. For some reason, he reached out to me saying, you know what, Naveen, I also want to start marketing. I'm a B2B player. I have about 18 retailers, and between these 18 retailers, I'm doing above 50 CR of business. So I'm kind of sorted. But I don't want these people to go anywhere. I'm very happy with these retailers. So I'm not interested in more. I'm very sure that if I just focus on these 18 retailers and I nurture them well, I will be able to grow myself only on these. I don't need more than 18 accounts. My 4-member team can handle that. So he actually came up to me and says, you know what? I'm going to figure out a method of just keeping these 18 retailers happy. Which means I will go and sit in the guy's store, spend time with him and have coffee with him every 2 months. Okay? So I have 18 people across the country. All it means is that हर 2 महीने में मैं हर एक ग्राहक से बैठ के कॉफ़ी पीऊँगा. I will not discuss business. I will not talk about कितना पैसा आपका बाकी है. वो सब मेरी टीम करेगी. मैं ये करूँगा. And while I'm there, I'm going to study his store. I'm going to see what kind of stock he's keeping. Okay? how much of my stock is actually on display and how much of it is not. So I'm feeling that he's not selling as well because when I go as a consumer, I don't see my stock there. He also does not know that he's not kept my stock there because he's bought it in and it's there in the safe and he's never bothered to get into it. Okay? Point over here being that, though Prerna gave an example of Shivnarayan being everywhere and he had the money, he had the abundance and he had a big story, as individual wholesalers or manufacturers, we don't actually need to do the things that B2C companies are doing. Okay? We need to do more of science, more of understanding a retailer, more about his merchandising. Does he have a merchandising plan? Does he even know that there's a word called merchandising? Okay? Now, if you educate him about merchandising, if you tell him, like I've clicked a picture yesterday of a leading national brand before I came here. When I clicked the picture at 5:30 p.m., this picture I've clicked, which is of a very leading national brand, over 100 stores. When I'm clicking a picture from the door, at 5:30 p.m. and I click the picture, I have the picture with me, I don't see anybody. Okay, I see 6 counters, I don't see anybody in the front of the counter, I don't see anybody behind the counter. So at the entrance, if I don't even see a salesperson, you have 7 salespeople, where the hell were they at 5:30 p.m. on a prime day? They are not there. Okay? Now suppose you had clicked the picture and you said to them, you know what, I had come here 4 days back. ये आपका दुकान बाहर से ऐसा दिख रहा है, देखो आपके लोग कहाँ थे, क्या गड़बड़ है?